Miramax is filing a lawsuit against Quentin Tarantino for copyright infringement by selling NFTs based on the screenplay for Pulp Fiction. So Tarantino announced at NFT NYC that he'd be auctioning NFTs of exclusive scenes from the film based on excerpts from his original handwritten script and accompanied by commentary. So this is an interesting I think, legal look at NFTs, right? Because the contract that Quentin Tarantino signed way back when in the 90s, the lawyers creating that contract would have had no idea what NFTs were and how they would impact the entertainment industry. And so now we're trying to figure it out. And I feel like soon we're going to get precedent set in one of these cases between a big publishing house or a big media house and a creator like Quentin Tarantino. And that's how we're going to move forward. So he's trying to say that in his original contract, he retained the rights to publish the screenplay. And him launching this NFT is him publishing the screenplay. Miramax thinks that that is not the case. So, Naomi, I'm going to throw this down to you. What do you I think Quentin Tarantino has a case.
I think he does too. I mean, reading this, I think that Miramax is full of it. I mean, are they honestly saying that, NFT use case was excluded from our 1994 agreement? They literally sold the rights to republish the script to Quentin Tarantino. He now has the rights and he's published it as an NFT. And they're saying, well, publishing it specifically as an NFT wasn't covered in that sale. It's like, of course, because it was 1994 and NFTs weren't a thing, Miramax. So I'm on Quentin Tarantino's side here, just from the very superficial understanding we have of this case. Maybe there's more nuance to it. Maybe there's like fine print here that we don't know about that says like something to do with like merchandising around it or anything that's like bundles the script with some sort of merchandise or, we don't really know what's going on there. But that would be very strange, a strange specific thing to see there. But Will, I'll throw to you for your take.
Yeah, I'm surprised Miramax and Tarantino couldn't foresee this NFT craze back in 1994.
I know. What was wrong with them?
Like, what were they should have thought about this. This should have been the fine print already. I don't know who's right or wrong on this one, but it is cool to see that there's like ways to use NFTs that kind of make more sense. So if you read the article and like look through it, there's deleted scenes that people with NFTs get access to. It's kind of a nice feature that you wouldn't have otherwise, and kind of extends that idea of NFTs as some sort of like digital ownership with a little perk attached to it. So that's kind of cool. I don't really know. I don't have a stance on the Tarantino versus Miramax thing. Like, it's too early to draw battle lines here. I won't jump on it like Naomi is.
You're not like carving out your allegiance. I'm immediately on Quentin Tarantino's side.
Yeah. Awesome. Pick a side, Will.
They're both rich. They're both doing fine. Zach, I'll give it to you.
I just want to do a recreation of Sam Jackson. Say what one more time? I double dog dare you. Say NFT. Say NFT again. Say NFT one more time. Double dog dare you. Anyway, intellectual property is intellectual property is intellectual property. And I think, the lawyers here see it as thus. And these studios shell out a bunch of money to sign people to big contracts, be they filmmakers, musicians, or whatever. And the terms of those contracts often stipulate that whatever intellectual property stems from those arrangements, they retain ownership to those things. So I think this is one of those cases. I think what is happening now with NFTs and stuff like that is the debate and the sort of the impending warfare over intellectual property is about to get really super duper interesting. I think there's a lot of momentum around music NFTs because of this. You sign a record deal, you get grumpy with your record label, you can't retain your masters. Hey, I'm a big enough brand now, and there are opportunities for me to monetize my own brand through these cryptographic technologies. And I think this is an example of that. So kind of for me is just like a sign of the fights to come. But it's always funny to me, like which NFT projects blow up in one way or the other. And this is one that, again, has sort of like become a big deal all of a sudden after Quentin decided to ape into NFTs. I don't know. Were you at that panel, by the way, Jen, at NFT NYC? In which
I wasn't at this particular one. I was not.
Because it seemed like he was like being educated in real time. It was like, there's so many people with like the image itself or like the poster. Imagine how many people in their dorm rooms had the poster of Pulp Fiction. And so someone on the panel was sort of articulating to him, well, it's not about, you're not owning the poster. That's just the JPEG. You're owning the rights to that image. And with that comes a lot of responsibility, power, and opportunity. And he was sort of like, okay. And then he was able to do this. So anyway, Naomi, you for the last thoughts, and then we'll wrap this thing.
Just quick last thoughts kind of diving into this is like, we're probably not going to be privy to a lot of the finer details of this, but let's try and piece some things together. So Tarantino apparently owns the rights to publish the film's screenplay, right? So it comes into question what is defined, what is the definition of publish? Is putting it in an NFT, publishing it? Well, that may be fought out in court. And then also this is actually, the NFT is based on excerpts of Tarantino's own original handwritten script for the film, accompanied by a commentary. Like, it does seem like Miramax, like, just again from the outside, is kind of overstepping here. This is a handwritten script done by Tarantino, and he owns the rights to publish the script. And Miramax is coming in and being like, well, we have plans to release our own NFT, and so we're suing you, and you should have consulted. Like, it seems very messy, and a lot of this stuff will be fought out in court. But I just wanted to mention that. I've convinced you. Yes, I'm probably like, we don't know anything.
Say it.
I think it's really, Naomi, going to come down to the terms around the rights to publish, right? He may have had the rights to publish, but not the rights to monetize or commercialize the script, which would make more sense, I think. And the handwritten script, unfortunately, when you give the rights to a piece of work, I think all iterations of that work come along with it. So it will be an interesting fight in court.
Absolutely. But Zach, say NFT one more time.
NFT. Boom. That was the end of Zach. All right.